What up, y'all? It's your girl, Sevyn Streeter, and I'm hanging out with BagFuel right here on Hot New Hip Hop.
Hey, Samir.
Who? The Heineken SO sitting with us on Hot New Hip Hop. We got the lovely Sevyn Streeter. How you feeling, darling?
I feel amazing. How y'all feel? You good?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Good. That's what's up. It's a good morning. Good vibes.
Oh, it's all nothing but good vibes. That's what we you know what I mean? We're trying to have fun with this.
Yes, sir.
So Sevyn, what's going on?
Oh, what's going on? Man, just good vibes. Finishing this project. Like I said, I have not been to sleep. I was at the studio this morning, and just putting finishing touches on the project. Just in a good space. Happy that the fans finally have some new music. So I'm happy about giving them Guilty. I'm happy about I don't know. I'm just happy that I still have a tribe that still rocks with me. You know what I mean? It's been a little minute since I gave us some good vibes. So I'm excited about that.
All right. So your music been rocking up here in New York on Power 105 with DJ Cluben, like showing you a lot of love here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
How does it feel to be one of the few singer-songwriters that's actually in this game that writes their music and actually performs their own music?
It feel good. For me, writing and performing, it goes hand in hand. Like it's therapy for me. It's a necessity. You know what I mean? Like I have to express myself, and it's been a blessing that I've been able to kind of be able to be an artist, but in also be able to write my shit and then honestly surround myself with amazing songwriters and amazing creatives that just kind of help me, continue to nourish that part of my artistry. I mean, it's been good times.
You said the name of your project is Guilty.
Name of my project is Drunken Words, Sober Thoughts, and the name of my single that's out right now is called Guilty. Is featuring Chris Brown and ASAP Ferg.
Okay, so what's the mentality? Because it sounds like you're going somewhere. Because what's the old saying? A drunken mind speaks the sober truth.
Drunken words. See, when you say drunken words, sober thoughts, when you think about it, normally people think, okay, like sis had one too many shots and went to spilling all her tea. You know what I mean? Which is that is some of it. But for me, it started to take on more of a different meaning. Not that I didn't have a couple of shots and spill my tea on this project, because I did. But when I think of being under the influence of something, I mean, with this project, I was under the influence of a lot. I was under the influence of love and heartbreak and lust and and sexuality and all type. Could be under the influence of a lot of different things. And I just wanted to kind of give myself permission to kind of tap into all of those feelings and write from those places. So that's where Drunken Words, Sober Thoughts came from.
Talk to me about your connection with Chris Brown, because I've been in this game for a while and people usually write together and they work together and then, they kind of split and they kind of go their own way, but it seemed like that y'all are really locked in. What's the secret to the relationship that we don't know?
You know what I think it is? Well, for one, I'm gonna say this till the day that I die. I'm always gonna be a fan first when it comes to Chris. You know what I mean? I grew up admiring his work, his artistry, his voice, the way he performs, his whole shit. So to be able to even still to this day to do records with him, I think for me, I'm a fan first. You know what I mean? And that's never gonna go away. And I don't know what it is about the records that we do and why the voices just always just kind of meet each other right there in the middle. And it's a magic to it that I can't really put my finger on. I'm just happy that it exists. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that you look up and it's been over a decade at this point and we're still doing records together. So for me, it's just, it's a magic thing. It's a God thing to me, to be quite honest. Yeah.
What was the obstacles you had to go through to get this project out? Because you mentioned it, you had to take a little break. A lot of things was in your way. What was jamming you up?
To be really, really honest, I lost my uncle to cancer 2 years ago. And if anybody know me, I'm super close to my family. And I say all the time, I have to live my life before I write. And that was one of the things that kind of just like, it kind of gut punched our family losing my uncle like that. So we lost him 2 years ago and he was sick for 2 years. So I was going home every second that I could to be with him every second that I could. So it slowed down, my recording process a little bit, but it was necessary. That was definitely one of the things that I had to deal with while still creating this project. On top of, I was in a relationship for a little bit and then I went through a breakup. So it's like, it's a lot of different elements that, when you do write your music, it's you have to allow yourself that time. I don't believe in rushing the creative process. So I gave myself permission to take my time and I feel like it served me well. I needed that.
Where's home for you?
Haines City, Florida.
Where,
Listen,
what part of Florida?
Haines City, Florida. You never heard of it. It's a tiny town, really small. It's right between Orlando and Tampa. Okay.
I know that.
Oh my God, the worst places of Florida. He loves Orlando. Yo, listen, I got family that live in Tampa, St. Pete, so I be down there. So you know what I'm saying? It's a little boring out there for me though.
No, you gotta come. Okay, no, you come to Haines City where I'm from. We gonna feed you real good. You gonna have a good ass time. You gonna laugh a lot.
You know how many people get up here and tell us to come see them, and what they do the Varnell Hill, right? They just disappear. They be like, "Oh, you told me to come down here." Come on, B. Come on, G.
I do a charity event, right, in my hometown every year. We didn't get to do it last year because of COVID, but it's called Love and Respect Youth Fest, right? Where we bring in like different artists to perform and different people to speak to the community. We had Jeremiah came one year, SWV came, Ty Tribbett came. Who else came? Kiki Shear came. So next time we have our event, right? Our charity event.
Okay.
Bring your ass to Haines City, Florida.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I'm gonna make you eat all these words. You feel me?
Yo, we'll see, yo.
Yes.
We will see. Go ahead, hon.
So Sevyn, you pour your heart and your soul and your life into your music. So what are some toxic moments that you've had in your relationship, previous relationship, that you're gonna let people know in this music?
Ooh, you know what? Huh?
What's some toxic moments? What's some crazy toxic things you did that
I think I spoke about this before, but literally like in my last relationship, like a nigga broke up with me because I wouldn't have a baby after 11 months. And I just thought that was crazy. I'm like, that's not enough time for me to get to know.
Trying to lock you down.
Listen,
he's trying to hold that all the way down. He like, you be a writer.
There's no way to do it though. You feel me? I'm like, if I'm not pressuring you about no ring after 11 months, because it would clearly be too soon for me, then don't be pressuring me about no baby. That's crazy. So did I write from that space and touch on that? I absolutely did. So you'll hear about that on the project. That's about as toxic as I let it get. I don't really, you know what I mean? I be trying to run from the toxic.
When is your birthday? What sign are you?
I'm Cancer. What sign are you?
Sagittarius.
Oh, I got a lot of Sagittarius in my life. My dad, my brother, my nephew.
Yeah.
What sign are you?
Virgo.
Virgo. I like Virgos. I heard that Virgos was a little toxic though. Is that true?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He lying like a motherfucker.
He lying. Listen, he capping
to the highest level right now. He capping. All right.
What's a no? Other than having kids too soon, what's a no-go for you in a relationship? Would you grant your man a threesome? Would you?
I'm not with the threesomes. That's not my vibe. I let that be known.
There you go.
I let that be known off rip. I'm not the threesome girl. You want a threesome? I'm not the threesome bitch. Go find you another one, because I'm not that girl. I don't like sharing my man. Like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say that, like, I don't put anything past anybody. I think that people are human. People can make mistakes. you know, it could slip up, you know what I mean? Something might happen, but I'm not gonna voluntarily just like give another one with my nigga. Like I'm just not doing it.
Well, I heard through the grapevine that you had to do your makeup today, right? So why you even paying somebody? Because it looked like that you don't even need to pay nobody to do it.
You are so sweet, and thank you very, very much. I did because I worked all night, and then last minute my makeup artist got a little sick. So yeah, I was like, I stayed up, and my assistant called me this morning. She was like, "So, the makeup artist got sick, and you gotta like rock and do your own shit." And I was like, "All right." She was like, "Girl, I didn't know why you was so chipper, but I realized now it's because you have been asleep. So you just gotta, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get it done."
Nah. Who's some of your favorite up and coming singers or new singers that's out right now that you're like, when you hear their song, you sing it word for word. Like you're like, oh, I wish I was on this song. I wish this was my song.
I love, it's so many girls that I love. I think that like R&B right now is really in a good ass space. I love Ari Lennox. I love SZA. I love Summer Walker. I love her. I love Tiana Taylor. I love, I mean, the list can go on and on. I just think that it's cool because you kind of just hearing people kind of put their own little spins and like play around with the sounds of music. I love Jasmine Sullivan. And I just love that everybody's kind of playing around with production. You know what I mean? I love to hear the runs and the riffs and the backgrounds and the harmonies. And I don't know, it just put a little battery in my back. It's like, yeah, like it feels like, you know, very reminiscent of like the late 90s, early 2000s when like R&B was like, it was rich and alive, and it feels so rich and alive right now. So I'm happy about that.
Who did you collaborate with on your project?
Ooh, I got a couple fun people. I got a record with Jeremiah. I got a record called Wet Dreams that I love. Record with Jeremiah. I got a record with Bia that I love. I got a record with Lucky Day that I love. Record with Davido, a lot of cool shit. And I still have some records I'm thinking about putting features on, even, you know, last minute throwing some more features on. Okay. Yeah.
And what do you think about what's going on in the world of the climate of just so much social injustice, things of that nature, whether it's from police shootings, whether it's from the COVID vaccine, all of that. When you think about that as a, you know, young woman artist, how do you translate that into your music?
Well, one thing I will say is I thank God for social media and for camera phones. Real talk. You know, I'm from the South. You know what I mean? I'm from Florida. I grew up in the South. There are countless stories that I've heard from my dad and my granddad and my uncles and my brother who are Black men who have the craziest stories and experiences with police brutality. And I've heard it all my life. And one thing that me and my dad talk about all the time, my dad would be like, shit, thank God we got these camera phones and this social media now. He said, because back in the day, you know, there's so many things that went under the radar. There's just the amount of shit that Black people have gone through that has not been documented. So the one thing that I will say, I'm at least, you know, I like to find a silver lining whatever I can. The silver lining for me is that now it's documented. Now we can spread the word about it. And I think that that's why we feel a shift. You know what I mean? We feel a shift. We can hear our people. We can see them talk. And it makes me, that part of it makes me really happy. And when it comes to my music, it's an outlet. You know what I mean? I have records where I speak on that and where, you know, you gotta let your frustrations out. So I have various ways that I do that. Whether I go and I protest, whether I write a song about it, you know, it's all of the above. You know what I mean? I'm just happy that we can talk about it and spread the word about it, you know?
So we got a segment on our show, whereas we actually call it the money commandment, right? So it's a money commandment that you will live by. Now, I know you started out as a songwriter. Mm-hmm. So I've been in the music business for a long time. So I know royalties, mechanicals, performance, and all that. Mm-hmm. So I know if you don't write a single, you have to know how to save your money, do what you got to do till you can get to the next session and do the next thing, right? So what's a money commandment that you live by to keep your money flowing and you can be comfortable?
My money commandment is her name is Karen Streeter. And that's my mama. My Karen don't play them games. You feel me? I've always heard growing up, like I remember at one point hearing Missy talk about how her mother was always, over her money. Don't nothing go nowhere, don't no money come in or come out without her mom overseeing things and signing off on things. I think that a money commandment for me is having a team around you that's gonna protect you. And for me, that's always been my parents, you know what I mean? Like, and they're gonna let me know. I might get a little too frisky sometimes, you know what I mean? Might want to buy one too many things. But I have a great accountant, I have great lawyers, I have my parents don't play the game. So that's it for me. Don't have people around you that's gonna, push you up to buy shit you don't need to buy. It's really that simple. You know what I mean? And then when it's time to, you can reward yourself. But I think everything is a balance. You find your balance with everything,
What's the next reward that you're chasing right now, or that's on your agenda that you feel like you need to obtain?
One thing and one thing only, and that's Drunken Work and Sober Thoughts. That's my project. That's the only thing that it's top of mind for me. And there are other things that are going on that I'm really excited about. Like I'm working on a docu-series with Anthony Anderson that I'm very excited about. I just booked a scripted TV show with Paula Patton that I'm very excited about. But for me, first and foremost is Drunken Work, Sober Thoughts. Music is that's my foundation. My fans, my tribe, they've been very, very patient. So for me to put anything above that project would be a little disrespectful to them. So that's first and foremost where my head is. Yeah.
See, then if it wasn't done already, you could have got some music from us to put on your project, because we got some heat for you.
Listen here, I'm always working. Send me some shit, please. Please.
Like don't be capping or listen. I got this on tape. I got two things. Don't be capping on, all right? So I got you on tape. All right.
I'm not capping. I literally was in the studio last night and niggas like, hey, send me a pack.
Listen, me and my man gonna follow you when we get off this. You ain't got to be on that funny style, follow us back or whatever, but we just gonna let you know so you can see when we send it to you, so you don't be capping. So when I see you when the season is over, it ain't got to be no problem.
You gonna learn me.
Right?
I don't think you know me, but you gonna learn me. And don't be capping either when my charity event come around and you don't bring.
Come on, stop. Yo, stop.
Out there.
Okay.
Yo,
what's a crazy drunk moment that you remember that you have? Because I remember I had a moment in Toronto and I was so fucked up that they thought I was an undercover cop, and they gave me a free VIP access, bottles, mad thoughts. That's how blitzed I was. So
I had too many.
Okay, well that is first of all, why would they ever think he was an undercover cop? That's crazy.
I had this weird ID, and the way
Sevyn.
But it was a fake ID, and I was like, "You don't fuck with me," and I was all off the Henny. Like they're like, "Oh, he's a cop. Let him in." And they gave me the free VIP and everything.
Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes I'm trying to think. What was a crazy drunken night for me? Probably was like it was the end of my tour, and it's so funny. I was talking to my tour manager. It's in my eye. What the fuck? I was talking to my tour manager. See, this is why you get a makeup artist. Do your makeup, because this lash. Sorry, not that y'all care, but this lash over here is fucking me up. I probably should listen. Either way, it was the end of tour. And my tour manager reminded me the other day, he was like, remember when I had to carry you out the club? We was in New Orleans. It was our last stop. And New Orleans, you get to walk around with your drink. So it's a whole vibe. We must have hit every bar on Bourbon Street. And it was just one of them nights. It was fun though. We had so much fun. It's good memories.
I hate Bourbon Street. It stink, yo. Yuck.
Oh, don't be like.
Come on, son. Nah, yo, I'm not fucking with none of that.
Oh my God, don't be like that. Bourbon Street is fun. When you drunk, you don't even know the difference.
Get the fuck out of here. You smell that vomit everywhere. Listen, don't do that. Don't do that.
Where you from?
I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, okay. So this here, New York, right? It's like a lot. It's people outside. It's all types of. if you could deal with like the vibe of being out in the street with a million fucking people everywhere, then you can deal with a little.
Oh, I didn't say I couldn't deal with it. I said I don't like it. I didn't say I couldn't deal with it. It's a difference.
Okay.
Anyway, can you give us a drop before you leave? You
Yeah.
see Johan. Did you see how she just rolled her eyes at me real quick? Did you see it?
Oh,
Did you catch it?
So they like being calm and cool until they're ready to pull the shit out and start wilding.
Yo, my baby mom's is a Cancer and we don't get along. She's a killer too. Like, she's difficult.
She is a very nice, sweet lady.
When's your birthday? You're what Cancer? What
7/7.
month?
7/7.
Oh man. So
Come on, man. Me like that's something wrong with
Hey Samir.